Warning. Almost Live, a local comedy program produced here at King 5 Television, will start as soon as you finish reading this. Are you done yet? All right.
Hi, I'm Ivan, the gorilla they keep in a cage at the B&I shopping center. Right now, a lot is being made of my plight, and I thought it appropriate that my feelings in the matter be expressed. First of all, I appreciate the efforts of those who made the documentary about caged primates, such as myself. But did it have to be narrated by Glenn Close? And as far as mistreatment and cruelty go, hey, it's been a decent 27 years. I get plenty to eat. I have a nice old tire to play with. I even pick up some extra cash writing editorials for Cairo TV. On the whole, things are fine. However, there is one thing. One small thing that kind of bugs me. I'm in Tacoma!
Tonight on Almost Live, special guest A. Whitney Brown from Saturday Night Live. But first, we'd like to conduct this test of our emergency broadcast system. This is not an actual emergency. It is only a test. Help me!
It's really been an interesting week around the country, here in our state. Now that the war seems to be over, the troops are coming home, it's time to grapple with these economic issues, that have been on the back burner for a few months. And you all may have seen this in the newspaper, that the Restaurant Owners Association, they're trying to push through a bill in Olympia that will allow them to pay waiters half the minimum wage. Did anybody see this? $2.25 an hour. Oh, well, that'll make every dinner on the town that much more a pleasant experience, won't it? Yeah. But actually the owners say that all that money that they're going to save by shafting the waiters is going to be plowed right back into wonderful improvements that is actually going to add to our dining pleasure. And we've obtained a list of some of those improvements. I'd like to share them with you now. For example, Canlis is going to add a 6th fork to the left of the plate, which is good. At the Doghouse, you're going to get complimentary tin of Skol with every dessert, which is good. At Chuck E. Cheese, they're going to refurbish the giant rat, which I think is good. Here's a good one. At Cucina Cucina, they're going to offer after-dinner lip gloss and condoms, which, as you know, okay, a lot of you here are going to obviously take advantage of that. Here's a good one. At Benihana, they're going to add chairs and tables for people to sit at, which is good. Down at the Sizzler, they're going to add Pop-Tarts and blank cassette tapes to the salad bar. And finally, at the Space Needle, there's going to be a new device to rotate the restaurant a little faster as each table passes by the view of Ballard, which I think is great. And those are just a few of the things you can look forward to in your favorite restaurant, and you can look forward to a new show on King 5. Now, it's a police show made up of people who are trying to do their best to stop crime and get in touch with themselves. Take a look.
Okay, John, you cover the hallway. Tracy, you cover the door. I'm going around back.
Bill, you're so manipulative. I wish you wouldn't be so controlling.
Okay, I'll never make another suggestion ever again.
I could really use a drink.
He's the manipulative adult child of an abusive father, fearful of abandonment. She's a repressed, compulsive, codependent enabler. He's a substance abuser trying to liberate his lost inner child. Together, they're the Dysfunctionals.
Hello, dysfunctionals. Okay. It was the chief. There's been a robbery at the liquor store, and he says that we have to handle it.
Oh, but I've got an appointment with my therapist in 10 minutes.
We get all the bad assignments.
No. I
can't deal with this. I can't deal with this.
Somebody else do it.
This is it. The guy's in this liquor store.
I'll go.
No. You'll never come back out again.
Well, how about you?
I can't. It reminds me too much of my father.
Why?
Was he an alcoholic?
No, he looks like the guy on the Beefeaters label.
Well, why don't you go in and shoot that guy, and then, you'll be dealing with it.
No, that would just be repeating the cycle of abuse.
Guys, I've been working on risk-taking. I think this is the perfect opportunity for my personal growth.
Let's honor her choice.
Good choice. Good choice.
Guys, thanks.
Waste him.
Okay,
Go get him, Tiger.
freeze. I mean, if that's within your personal boundaries and you're comfortable with that, and well, if you want to.
Good bust, Dysfunctionals. Thanks.
Bye.
He didn't mean that.
I know, they all hate us.
I missed that crook already. I think we could have had something really special.
You'd be enmeshing yourself in another destructive relationship.
Can we have a drink now?
Maybe one.
Just one, just one.
The Dysfunctionals, fighting crime one day at a time.
Okay, stay with us. We've got a great show, and we'll be right back with Saturday Night Live's A. Whitney Brown.
We sell missiles on time with hot guns and cold nights.
Can I buy you a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
Come on.
Almost Live presents Covering Your Butt. Part 7, the cellular phone. You're late for a very important meeting. It's time to cover your butt.
Where's Peterson? The meeting's supposed to start in like 3 minutes. Have you seen him?
No, I haven't.
Hello?
Hello, Nelson? Yeah, it's Peterson. Listen, I'm in the Xerox room. Yeah, could you come on down and bring me some toner? Okay, thanks.
It's Peterson. He's downstairs. I'll be right back, all right? Oh, copy room, Nelson.
Yeah, Nelson, look, I couldn't wait for you. Davis brought me the toner. Now, I'm up in sales. You want to come up here? Could you hurry, okay?
Okay.
This is Tracy.
Yeah, Peterson. Have you seen Nelson? Well, look, if you see him, would you tell him to get his button gear? We've got a meeting. Tell him to get his button gear.
No problem, I will. Okay, bye-bye. Bill, Peterson is looking for you, and boy, is he ever steamed.
Come on, Nelson. Where are you? Move on. What are you doing? Come on, let's go.
Well, I'm happy that you can honor us with your presence, Your Highness. Now, if you're about ready, maybe we can start this meeting.
Congratulations, you covered your butt.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Oh, well, we're back. Gee, I just happened to be sitting here with A. Whitney Brown from Saturday Night Live. What do you know?
Kind of a rerun, I'm not really sure. I guess you'll find out right after the show.
I guess, yeah. Stay tuned.
Yeah. It's great being in Seattle, though. I'm really happy to be here. This city means something special to me.
Really?
You see, fate caught up with me here last time I was here. Fate and her sleazy sister, Karma. You know, John, fate is a funny thing. It's like a fabric woven with the threads of coincidence. No, it isn't either. Forget that. It's more like a filthy rag stained with the scum of coincidence.
Right, okay.
That's a better metaphor, I think. I love metaphors. You know, metaphors just come to me like... I don't know, like something comes to something or other, but... I'll tell you this, fate has been hounding me like a Mormon missionary with an Amway franchise. I'll tell you something else, you know, fate caught up with me when I was here. It was, oddly enough, raining the last time I was here. But one day the sun shone through, and I remember the day. It was the 5th of July. An easy day to remember because it's the day before the 6th of July. And I remember I was having lunch at an outdoor cafe, a quaint little place on the roof of an 8-story building, just above the high water mark. And I ordered a watermelon deluxe. Now, as you all know, in Seattle, that's a watermelon and a knife. And as I was eating it, I glanced down into the alley 8 stories below me, and there, bolted to the side of a brick wall, was a basketball hoop. Well, I was wide open. Took the melon, got my stance. The busboy rushed out of his zone and tried to guard me. I faked off to his left, sent the melon sailing over his head, and it went smashing through a window on the other side of the alley. Shattered it like a wine glass at an Ella Fitzgerald concert. Well, I sat back down feeling the bit of an idiot, and then it struck me. What if the police show up? Broken window report in Seattle, they'd probably bring a helicopter. Any simple-minded Seattle detective would have enough savvy to lower a surveying crew into the alley. They could plot the trajectory of the melon through the window up to the roof. There was the evidence, watermelon seeds scattered around my table like pork chop bones at a Baptist barbecue. Was I nervous? You better believe it. I was as nervous as a Christian Scientist with a severed artery. I must say, the police never showed up. Along. Now, I've always thought Walkmans should have a warning on them, similar to cigarettes. Caution, this won't make you sound any better to the outside world. Well, then she got up and began to dance to a tune only she could hear. And that's when some good Samaritan in the back jumped to the conclusion she was having a seizure, wrestled her to the floor, and crammed a bar rag between her teeth. Basic first aid, I felt, so did most of the audience, but she got all upset about it for some reason. Started causing a scene, so naturally the bouncer beat the dickens out of her and threw her out. But watching the whole thing, I felt kind of bad, almost, in a way, sort of. Because I think people should have a good time when they come to a comedy show and not get bar rags stuffed in them. That's just me. Anyway, I decided to go outside after the show and see if I could find her. I figured maybe I could tell her a few jokes and cheer her up because she had missed part of the show. Well, as fate, that filthy rag would have it, I did find her. She was lying in a doorway up the street. Unfortunately, some kids had found her first. You know how the kids are in Seattle. They'd played a few tricks on her. Tied her shoelaces together. Taped a "kick me" sign on her back. And shaved her head. She was lying in a pile of rotten fish heads and rat droppings. Bald with her shoelaces tied together. Everyone kicking her as they walked by. But I noticed she was crying. So I went over to her and I said, "What's the matter?" And just like a woman, she said, "Nothing." I said to her, "Cheer up, my dear. Remember, there's a lot of bald people in the world. You don't see them lying in piles of rotten fish heads and rat droppings with people kicking them." If I felt at the thought of one less Pekingese dog in the world. So I asked her how it happened, because my neighbor had a Pekingese dog at the time, and I thought it'd be an awful shame if the same thing were to happen to her. She said it was a freak accident. He was getting a drink of water this afternoon, standing up on the toilet like he always does. And all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, a watermelon came smashing through the window. Jammed his little head into the bowl, and he drowned. Anyway.
Wow.
John, it was fate.
Cruel fate.
Fate bringing out a little vengeance on a seemingly innocent Pekingese dog.
Cruel fate. Cruel fate.
From which there's no escape but laughter.
Right, absolutely. And it's cruel fate that I guess we are going to have to go to a commercial now, but before we do, I believe you have a commercial of your own.
Oh, I have a book coming out April 24th called The Big Picture. Hope you like it. And if you don't, I'll give you your money back. Just send it to me.
All right. Hey, Whitney Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
Where's the bus? Where's the bus? You know why they don't have any buses? It's because buses are made out of aluminum and titanium, and they use those in the moon bases. And Nixon knew about it, and that's why they made him quit, because Kissinger wanted to take over. But no, they didn't let Kissinger take over. I need 6 more cents for a bus fare. Who's got...
Good evening and welcome to the John Report. I'm John. Here's my report. A Kent body shop owner says Burlington Northern won't return his phone calls after one of their trains jumped the tracks and destroyed his business. Burlington Northern claims they keep trying to call him back at the shop but get no answer. Dixie Lee Ray has a new book out titled Trashing the Planet, in which she claims DDT is safe and the cleanup of Hanford is unnecessary. Ray says she's been around contaminated waste all her life with no bad effects. And she's looking forward to celebrating her 30th birthday next week. At the auto show, GM will display its new electric car called the Impact. GM settled on the name after rejecting several others, including Bomb on Wheels and the Crush Me. Black Velvet Whiskey advertised that they are looking for the most beautiful women in Renton. They want them for new billboards, which will be part of their campaign to discourage irresponsible drinking. Two beluga whales from the Point Defiance Zoo were taken to the airport to go to Chicago. They had to wait 10 hours for a plane. The whales didn't seem to mind. They just lay on their hammocks and told each other Tacoma jokes. Deja Vu Showgirls is a new nude magazine featuring local women. It'll be available at adult bookstores in the Seattle area and delivered door to door in Kent. The editor says the best thing about Seattle women is they don't have tan lines. After a grueling 9-hour match, Neil Salmon of Tacoma was crowned state chess champion. Salmon said the turning point in the match was when he pointed a pistol at his opponent and said, "Checkmate." Finally, the city of Everett is resurveying to improve the accuracy of city maps. It seems that with the old maps, whenever people turned, they ended up by a smelly pulp mill. This has been the John Report. Thank you, and good night.
Boy, I think the Mariners are going to have a great year this year.
Oh, yeah, I think they're going to do really well.
The Mariners are overrated. They're going to have another terrible year.
Oh, the Mariners suck.